And now, my summary of the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 5. Kind of. We open in Philly at Shamrock Meats, where Rocky is no doubt somewhere training for his next big fight. Mando's there to collect on a bounty. Doesn't go so well. A fight ensues, then he pulls a Mac, cutting himself with his own darksaber. But he gets his guy, chops him in half, then takes his head as proof of services rendered. Then we're off to Patty's Pub for a quick drink before making his way back to the Halo treadmill. Hey, Mando makes his way to the elevator, where we quickly find out that rides with strangers are even awkward in Star Wars. Then he just strolls up into the club with the head in a bag. No big deal, nothing to see here, move along. He don't care about money, he just wants information, and he gets that information. Then he goes out on a long hike, limping and dissenting till he reaches the good old armorer and the big man. Big Mandalorian, that is. They engage in a rap session that Travis Scott is not invited to. She gets an explanation as to how he became the wielder of the darksaber. Quite a different perspective on Bo-Katan and how she'd received the saber. Flashbacks to the Mandalorian purge, all while Mando's Beskar spear is being smelted and forged into Baby Yoda armor. There's a saber training session and discussion as to why the saber is too heavy for Jin to wield properly, which ends with Big Man challenging him to a duel for the saber, revealing that it was his ancestors who made it. And we'll see how that pans out in next season of The Mandalorian, I'm sure. Now, who'd have known that the space TSA sucks too, but they do, and this is where we see him unpacking his arsenal and checking it in as he prepares to board for his public transport. Arriving on Tatooine and making his way to his old crazy-haired friend, she ain't got the ship he's expecting. This isn't the Razor Crest you're looking for. But after a lengthy shipbuilding montage, he does come away with a pretty sweet-looking Naboo starfighter. And in one to be exact. Still quite unsure of it, he takes her out for a test flight, over the city of Mos Eisley, through Beggar's Canyon, then up into the stars where he tests the 5 Ds of spaceflight.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
But Mando gets detained by Mr. Kim and LT for getting a bit too frisky with the throttle. Mr. Kim recognizes his voice, questions him further, then ain't having it. He's out of there in the blink of an eye, and the lawman will let this little doggy fly off into the darkness. Too much paperwork. Upon returning to the hangar, he is greeted by Fennec, who's recruiting for Boba's war. Mando gladly accepts, free of charge of course, but says he has to see a little friend first. Thank you all so much for joining me, and come back this week. Actually, this was dropped a little late, and then the next week to wrap up the show. Thank you all so very much. Have a great and safe week.